Welcome back to the Crazy Troll Nation. Thank you for being here, my Troll Train Riders. This portion is going to be about eyeshadow bases, eye primers. Yeah, so we're going to do that. I'm just making sure I have what I need in front of me so that this isn't longer than it needs to be. So, you already know, Fenty eyeshadow primer. It's staying. I do... Hey Tanya, hey girl, hey. She was saying she wished the container was different, and I do too, because looking at it, you can see I have almost used this up. This clearness here, that's no product. So there's product here and there's product here, but the wand is flexible enough where I can scoop it around the top. I can get it to the bottom and scoop around the bottom, but still it doesn't go all the way to the bottom. And so what I'm thinking of doing, and I thought to bring it out, but I didn't. Actually, let me just grab one real quick. Excuse me, grab one real quick. So what I'm thinking of doing is, oh, and of course I dropped something. It's just using one of my lipstick applicators, because that will reach down here, at least so I can get all this that's at the bottom. I don't know if I'll be able to get all that's at the top, but you know what, it is flexible and it is pulling off the top, like, but you have to turn it and do all of that, and a lot just did come off, and so that will work. So will it take some work? Yes. Is it an issue? Yes. Is it non-negotiable? Is it a deal breaker? Am I never going to use this again? Absolutely, I'm going to keep using this. And so that's what I was thinking. Sorry, I was closing the tin that this was in. So that's what I'm going to do with that. If the packaging was different, it would be great. But I love this. It's a tacky primer. You've seen me use it in almost every video. And I can put shimmers on top of it and it sticks. I don't need to wet my brush. I don't need to use my finger. And also I use sponge tip applicators, which are also in that tin when I'm using shimmers or Pat McGrath Celestial Shades, and they work really well for that. And because of that, I'm going to throw away my MAC Fix Plus. This came in a kit with something. It says it's good for 24 months, but I don't have a sticker on when I opened it, but I never use it. Never. Because since I found using a sponge tip applicator works, I don't need to wet my brush to use shimmers. And even chunky shimmers, I don't need to wet my brush if I put it directly on the primer, or if I'm layering, use a sponge tip applicator works fine. So this is going in the trash. This was gifted to me. Oh, it says expired 6/2022. This was gifted to me, the Anastasia. My first time using it, I'm like, I was surprised at how white it was, and I thought it was going to blend down, but it did not. And it didn't help my shadow stay any longer. It didn't do anything for my shadow except it made the shadow look lighter. And I always thought, and I've heard, that a white base will make your shadows pop more, but for me it just dulled them down. And so I was just like, but then I used it like twice more, because I'm like, let me keep trying it, people love it, let me see what the hype is. And I did put a thin layer. The shadows went on fine, they didn't crease, but it still dulled down the boldness of the shadow. And so I was confused by this, because people say a white base will bring out the color, and for me it didn't, so I was confused. And so since it does say it expired, that's going in the trash. This is an Inglot Liner. Actually says it expires September 2022. It's a gel eyeliner. I used it a few times. It is so creamy, it's hard to get a straight line. And I've used it a few times and I just don't pick it up, because I have to be in the mood to use it, because it spreads real quick, real easy. And I'm not a professional makeup artist. I'm not aspiring to be. I'm not really creative with my makeup, doing graphic looks. And I did use it for a look and it turned out okay. And now I'm thinking, should I keep it? But because I haven't used it in months and months and months and months, that sound you hear, stuff going in the trash. This is a color tattoo from Maybelline. It was very disappointing. This is not the shade you get when you put it on. Not at all. The colors did adhere to it. This did not irritate my eyes, and that's why I kept it. But it was just so disappointing, because you can use it as a base, as a shadow, or as a liner. But as a shadow, the color, this is not the color you get. And to use it as a base, I can use other things I have for a base. And so this, that's in the trash. Max Paint Pot and Contemplative. I do really like this. I am going to keep it. My label says it expires, excuse me, April 2023. So that's going back home. I mentioned in a previous video for eyeliners, MAC's Paint Pot and Black Track. This is not the fluid line in MAC is Black Track. The Paint Pot, the black one, is called Black Mirror. And I do use this for a liner every now and then as a base, but it dries so quick it's hard for me to work with and blend it out properly. But I do like this as an eyeliner. This expires June 2023. You can keep things longer as long as the performance doesn't change. And if it dries out, there's this wonderful thing called Duraline. This brand is from Inglot. You just put a couple drops in, or maybe just one, and you can revive your potted gel liners or bases. You can use it for if your mascara's dried out, you can put a drop in there. There's videos on YouTube. One video was like 13 uses for Duraline. So there's a lot of things that you can do with this. If you have water applicated liners, cake liners and things like that, this will work for that, but I never use it. And it does say it expires September 2022. I never use it. So that's going in the trash. I was being ambitious, thinking I'm going to do all these things, and I'm like, I'm a troll and I'm simple. I just want to put stuff on. This is e.l.f. No Budge shadow. This is nice as a base. The color for me is, but it's nice as a base. It's only good for 6 months, and I liked it. No. Was it 3 months? Yeah, 3 months. But for the price, it's like, yeah. But if you're going to use it up, yeah. And so I am going to use it. And if not, it expires in December. So and I liked it enough that at the same time I purchased that, before I knew that I was going to really like it. Something's missing. Oh yeah, there it is over there. No, it's not missing. I also purchased Plateau, which is this brown, and also a white one, because I want to play around again to see what the hype is with white bases. And so because I knew, well, I learned that this one didn't irritate my eyes. It is the e.l.f. No Budge Cream Shadow. I am going to keep the brown and the white one to use as bases. I forgot to mention, I'm skipping around, I'm sorry, MAC's Fluid Line and Dip Down as eyeliner. That was a different video, sorry about that. Also, I had purchased e.l.f. No Budge Matte Shadow Stick. The color was really funky. It worked as a base. I'm gonna use it again. I'm stuttering because I don't know. These are good for 6 months, and I did purchase a blue one as well. I'm gonna throw it away because if it takes me a long time to think about it, that means I'm trying to think of why to keep it. But I am going to try this one as a base. It did not irritate my eyes, which was nice. And so I'll see this color. You know what? I'm going to give this away. That's what I'm going to do. I haven't used this one yet. This to me was harder to work with than the cream shadow. Shadow stayed, did not crease. Yeah, I'm gonna give it away because it was just more work than I wanted to put into it, but it is a good product. So this I will put there, and that'll be it for this portion of the video. And yeah, we'll come back and you'll see me do something else. So let me know what you think, and if you have any of these products, what's your favorite eyeshadow base, eyeshadow primer, that type of thing. And what I would really like to know, what does a white base do for you when you use it for shadows? Because as I said, for me, it just makes the shadows look really light and kind of pasty, like pastelish. And so yeah, so we're going to see with this one what it does. And thank you for watching, and you will see me soon. Something will pop up over here as usual, and you will see me soon.